It's during college and my kid's car is in my garage. This isn't a very good sign. Well, no, it's not. Oh, by the way, I'm getting over kind of a nasty cold, so my voice seems pretty raspy. That's why. I was getting over a cold this spring. In one of my carburetor videos, somebody made a comment about me sounding like um, Billy Bob Thornton and Sling Blade, which I had to Google that to even figure out what the heck it was. And obviously, I wasn't very proud to sound like somebody like that. But that's the way it is. As I get older, I seem to get more respiratory stuff going on. So I'll probably have a cold more often than not. But anyways, got a kid call from my kid last Saturday night, about midnight. Of course, I got to work Sunday. My car's in the Walmart parking lot with no brakes. I'm like, oh, great. Well, are you able to get back to your dorm? Yeah, no problem. I said, okay, I'll talk to you the next day. Well, next day drove up there, and sure enough, there were brakes, but not very much. Master cylinder wasn't empty, but it was quite low, so dumped some in. That got a little bit better braking out of it. But obviously more to it than just being low on brake fluid. Drove the thing home. It's about 30 miles to my house with very little brakes. That was fun, but had them follow behind me in my car, and basically just any hills we came to went real slow. Got home, but anyways, definitely got some major issues with this car. All of a sudden, I guess typical college kid use the accelerator and the brake as basically an on-off switch rather than as a positive and negative feedback device. So anyways, I gotta start pulling some wheels off this thing and seeing what the heck's going on. It sounds to me like I got maybe a rear wheel bearing going too. If the dollars start adding up too much, basically we're gonna scrap this car, because I'm not gonna put $1,000 in a car we only paid $1,000 for it in the first place. So anyways, I'm going to jump in here. I got to get this thing pulled forward a little bit more so I can get past my 55-gallon drums of oil in the corner there. It's a little bit out of camera, and when I pull forward, I'll hit the brakes kind of hard, and I'll see if you can hear it on camera. It's quite impressive. I really wasn't going fast enough to make any noise, but trust me, it really groans loud. So basically, I'm going to start ripping wheels off and see what the heck we got wrong. I'll turn the camera back on once I get something off and we can see something. Well, this is not a good sign. You notice something missing there? Yeah, that's the brake pad not there. And the rotor just chewed all to heck. And I'd have to assume the caliper's probably junk too. Yeah, not good. Try to get under the side there. The weird part about it is, just from what I could see with the flashlight pushed back in there, it seems like the pad on the backside is just fine. So I don't know what happened here, whether that caliper kind of seized up, pulled back, and then it just always wore, or what. I noticed I didn't take the wheel off on the other side yet, but I did notice, just looking through the holes in the wheels with a flashlight, it looked like it was normal. But I'm going to pull it off anyway, just be sure. And obviously, if I'm changing stuff around and putting new stuff on this side, I have to do that on the other side, and I haven't checked the back wheels yet. But yeah, that pad is completely gone. No, I just changed, actually I bought and my kid changed the brakes on this car about a year and a half ago, and he hasn't put that many miles on it, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 miles. But this time we used the mid-grade Advance, whatever the Advance brand pads are, which I usually never buy anything from Advance, but that's the only place that had any brake pads on stock for this thing. So normally I'll get like Raybold, Raybestos, semi-metallics for anything I have. And I'm not too sure if maybe the advanced pads just don't have much life to them under harder conditions with a college kid driving it or what. And I guess I should clarify, it isn't like my kid's out running 100 miles an hour and being an idiot or anything like that. It's just he's in college and he has a lot of places he wants to go, so he is getting there pretty quickly, and that means sometimes he's hitting the brakes pretty hard and sometimes he's hitting the accelerator pretty hard. But anyways, I'll have to pull the other side off, see what it's like. Well, this side looks considerably better. Try and get a little bit of light on the situation. The pads definitely are wore. Probably beyond their wear limits, I would have to say. But they're still there and still functional on this side, so I really don't know what the heck happened on the other side. I mean, to have the pad just wear down to absolutely nothing and just plain be gone, I don't know. I don't know whether maybe that particular caliper stuck and just kept wearing on it all the time, and every time I hit the brakes, well, it just kept grabbing harder and harder, or what happened. But that's the way the two fronts look. I'm going to try and get the back apart. I don't know how successful I'll be with that today. I pretty much still feel like crap, so whatever I do, I won't be changing anything today. And actually, I probably won't be able to get parts anyways, this being on another late on a Saturday, and Sunday the only parts store open is Advance, and to tell you the truth, I'm not too impressed with their brake stuff anyways. I use some on my truck as well, and it seemed to wear out pretty quickly, so I'll wait till Monday to go to one of the other local smaller mom and pop auto parts stores and get some Raybestos Raymold stuff, although I probably will get the cheaper advanced rotors, because what I found on my truck, I spent like $200 for the expensive Raybestos rotors, and they last me about a year and a half, 2 years, and I got the cheap $50 advanced rotors, and well, they lasted about a year and a half, 2 years. So probably when it comes to rotors, I'll get them in advance, but definitely the pads, and I would have to say probably the calipers, I'm going to get good Raybestos pads, and then of course the rebuilt Raybestos calipers, and then all the hardware and everything. So I'll try and get the back apart, see what we have. Well, here's the driver's side rear wheel. Pads are actually in pretty decent shape. They started out awfully thin. I don't know why they put almost no lining on these things, but that's pretty much where they started out. As you can see, we replaced all the hardware back here a year and a half or so ago. And I think, if I remember right, by the looks of it, I'm probably correct to put 2 new rear wheel cylinders on. Wheel bearing sounds just fine. The rotor's just fine. So I'll check the other side. Well, the passenger side, if you look at it, is definitely pretty thin. So I guess I'll be getting new rear brake pads also. I'm not going to change any of the hardware. The drums are just fine, actually excellent condition, so I'm not going to change that either. And This rear wheel bearing also appears to be good. No noise, so I think the noise that I was hearing that I thought was a bearing howl was probably that caliper riding on the brakes. So I'm going to look up, see what all I need to get. I think I might get this stuff online or look around, see what's available, see if I can't get a better quality pad, because it's obvious he's a bit hard on brakes, and I don't want to have to be doing this every year. Like I said, I still plain feel like crap, so I'm going to go in today and look at see what's available, and I actually have a day off tomorrow on a Sunday, so I'm probably going to sleep in some and probably not do a whole heck of a lot. Try and get over this stupid cold, and sometime next week I guess I'll put this stuff together.